Yeah.
Pastor
Here
Bert.
we go. Daniel's here. Okay, good guys. So we're continuing this word search. We did cover the whole book of Proverbs. We did cover the whole book of Psalms. Now we're going to look at Ecclesiastes.
Is this the
Okay.
word better, still better, Pastor?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we study blessed this next time? The
Oh,
word
yeah. Yeah,
blessed.
definitely.
Start what?
Okay, so some of the things that we find in Ecclesiastes, even though the word is better, it might not apply to us. Uh, like, for example, who wants to be my reader? 224? Ecclesiastes. I need 1 point person to read while I reference the verses.
I would
Debbie, I
offer,
don't
but
want you to read because you're driving.
What
yeah,
chapter?
otherwise I would, but
Yeah.
I love to read.
Pastor Bert, what chapter?
Ecclesiastes
Chapter 1?
is the book where we're doing a word search on the word better.
Okay.
Better.
Better.
It improves your choosing, your ability to choose. Okay, so the first one is 213 in my word search. And you'll see how at times it doesn't apply for our purpose, which is choosing the better things. So, for example, 213 says, I saw that wisdom is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness.
Oh.
Okay, that's what he discovered as a philosopher and a teacher and a man who's been around. That's what the context communicates as far as they're understanding this was written later in Solomon's later years because he's seen everything, he's done everything. So it's talking about his later years, and he comes to the realization everything is really just meaningless when you look at your whole life and all the things you try to pursue. He pursued everything, and yet he learned his lesson that the only thing that really matters is walking in the fear of the Lord and keeping his commandments. Okay, so 213 says wisdom is better than folly. That's why you should always stress wisdom. And it is better than darkness. Just as light is better than darkness. So we always want to be in the light. What did Jesus say about darkness? Do you guys remember in John chapter 3? He talked about darkness, or darkness. Do you guys remember that mention of Jesus concerning light and dark? I'm going to look it up in John chapter 3, so I won't misquote it. Verse 21, 321. No, 320. 320. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that his deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light so that it may be seen plainly by what has been done. So that it may be seen plainly that what he has done has been done through God. So the principle that we want to pick up there is the difference between living in the light and living in darkness. And living in darkness has to do with doing evil things that you don't want anybody to know about it. But living in the light doesn't worry about stuff like that. So, what's better? Living in darkness or living in the light?
Light.
Yeah. What's what's better? Wisdom or folly?
Wisdom.
So, folly is when you do foolish things, or foolish things that are like we talked about it the other day with celebrating New York Knicks basketball championship. People were doing foolish things by jumping on cars and starting fires when they're celebrating a victory, a championship. That's foolishness. Pretty plain. You don't want to choose to go and be with people like that. Choose wisdom. When people are doing something that's not right, it's good for you to stay away or get away from it. That's wisdom. Don't be a part of it. Okay, so that's Ecclesiastes 2:13. For those who are just joining us, we are doing a word search on better. And so we went through the book of Psalms, the book of Proverbs. Now we're going through the book of Ecclesiastes.
Excuse me, Pastor Bert. With regards to the one that you just read about darkness and light, what book is that?
That's in John chapter 3, verse 20
Thank you.
and 21. Ecclesiastes 2:24. Who would like to read that? Who would like to be my reader?
I can, Pastor.
Sister baby Catherine. Go ahead. 2:24.
Okay.
You can tell I got some energy.
A person can do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in their own toil. This too I see is from the hand of God.
There you go. Simple.
Pastor Bert, good afternoon. Where are we?
We are in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 24.
Okay. Thank you.
And he's giving the contrast. He's saying here, and then verse 23 gives you the contrast, but he's saying here, there's nothing better than, the way I look at it, than to live a simple life, eating, just having food to eat, drink, and find satisfaction in the work that you do.
I think it's in chapter 2, Pastor Bert, not chapter 3.
Did I say 3? Sorry. It is chapter 2, verse 23. Well, 24 right now.
Thank you.
So when you're going
Thank
to
you.
choose life, verse 22 and 23 says, what does a man get for all the toil and anxious striving with which he labors under the sun? All his days, his work is pain and grief. Even at night, his mind does not rest. What do you get for that? You know, for those who are living for the things of this world, and I think maybe at a young age, maybe early 20s and so forth, people, and even still today, later age, but they're striving for those things in life. And they work really hard for those kind of things, and it produces labor pain. It produces pain and grief because they're always striving, never satisfied.
Yeah.
Anybody like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Striving for more, never satisfied with what they have.
Yeah.
And what does it get you at the end, really, when you're thinking about life, when all you really need to live in this life is food, drink, and the satisfaction of having a job or satisfaction of having work and activities.
Pastor Bert, that saying, I don't want to lose the whole world and give my soul. Is that how it goes?
I don't want to win the world and lose my soul.
Lose my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good song. I don't want to win the world and lose my soul. Okay. So, yeah, Ecclesiastes, and remember, it's Solomon who had everything. He had all the wealth, all the power, and all the women he wanted, pleasures. And yet, he says, working hard to achieve so many things, when you really get so frustrated with pain and grief as you deal with all these pressures of life, and yet you have food, enjoy that. You have drink, enjoy that. And then you have activities or a work, enjoy all that. Because when you do that, he says, this too I see is from the hand of God. You can see God in this mix. For without him, who can eat or find enjoyment? Without God, and you have all these things, you're empty. But with the simple things of food and drink and activity and work, you at least can enjoy it because you have God with you. In all these things, you're able to give thanks to the Lord.
Amen.
And so this is telling you this is the better choice in life, not the other one. So, wisdom in choosing what's better. Okay, let's move on. Chapter 3, verse 12. Here's another one.
Pastor, verse 12.
Chapter 3, verse 12.
I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live.
So he's telling us about the life that you live. What are the better things in life? The materialist, being a material girl, that.
Living in a material world.
Thank
Sing
you.
it,
Sorry.
sis.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. You were in tune. But living for the things of this life and the material world, wealth, riches, all those things, we know you can't take it with you when you die. But here he's telling us that there's nothing better than for you to be happy. And to be happy means, from the biblical frame of mind, is to be thankful and able to rejoice always because you have a relationship with God.
Yeah. I think we should read verse 13, follow in with that.
Okay.
Right?
So he says there's nothing better than to be happy and to do good. And
Right.
this is something for all of us as believers. We are taught to have in our radar this idea of wanting to do good. You want to be able to do good as the way of life. Any chance you can do good for somebody or do good to somebody, that's always, you're always on the right track when you're doing that. And that's the better things to choose in life than to live for materialism and selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Princess is back. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, I was
okay,
kicked out.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
okay.
I
Well,
was.
you're back. That's what matters. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you, Pastor
So,
Bert.
anybody else have any thoughts about how this Ecclesiastes is teaching us what's better? And obviously, this is referred to as Solomon's writings in his latter age, telling us when you really think about what's better in life, it's things like this: being grateful for what you eat and drink and the activities that God has given you, and that you're satisfied to have those things in life, not going for all the power, all the money, and all the fame.
The gusto.
I mean, if that's your pursuit, maybe you should back off a little bit and understand that you're better off being grateful for the simple things in life. Now, there are people who make it to that level of success, and okay, God bless you in that, but don't make it your God. Don't make it become everything to you. it's good to be able to just stop and pause and give thanks for the things that God has given you. And then being able to give thanks for the things He's given you, that you can also think along the lines of doing good to people, being happy and do good to people, being happy and doing good. That's in your radar. Everywhere you go, you should be thinking along the lines of, is there anybody here I can do good to? And it could be as simple as opening the door for somebody, doing it with a loving attitude. So, whatever it is, what good can you do in a situation? Sometimes it could be somebody here I'm trying to come up with an illustration where maybe you're in a grocery line and you have 50 things to purchase, and the person behind you has only one item, and they're standing right behind you waiting for their turn.
Oh, I know, Pastor.
Go ahead, Susie.
Okay. Because that happened to me. I was in line and I was having a whole bunch of groceries, and this old lady had just a few items, right? And she stepped in front of me. Now, I would have let her go, right? But she just stepped in front of me, and I said, well, look at, she didn't even, okay. I let it go. And I just, I said, I was next.
Oh yeah,
But
probably
yeah, but
fuming inside, huh?
the cashier said, this lady was first. I said, that's okay. She said, oh, what a nice lady you are. Not the old lady, but the cashier told me that. I said, thank you. Never mind. She was an old lady.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But I did feel it. How she thinks she can just? What made her think that it was cool for her to just jump in front of me?
Sure.
Was it because I'm poor, because I'm black, or because I'm little?
You don't want to go there.
I let it go. It didn't bother me.
And it is human. It's a human thing.
Yeah, but
People
you
will
do that
those
for
types.
people. You do that for people because you want to show them it's kind to do those. It's nice to do things for other people. It makes you feel good inside.
Yeah.
At
And
least
so
she could have said,
Thank
would
you,
you
or
mind?
excuse me.
Would you
Yeah.
would
but
you
she
mind
didn't.
if I stepped in front of you? No, but
Yeah,
that would
but
have been the
she
right
didn't.
thing.
She was an
No,
old lady, and I know sometimes old people are grumpy. They be grumpy or for whatever reason.
Ouch.
Right.
Old people
Ouch.
deserve special treatment. They become like children again, and so I think they deserve a whole much.
So as we analyze that storyline, when she cut in front of you, she was in the wrong. When you handled it with saying, it's okay, let her get in front of me, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It was a good thing that you did that. You could have created a big mess.
I could have
called her out, put her down. Yeah, but you maintained a peaceful approach to things and a good thing. So my scenario was, I'm standing in line with 50 items. There's this guy behind me with only one item. What good can I do in that situation? Well, I said, you know what? You only have one item. Why don't you go ahead in front of me? There. I got to help somebody because they didn't have to wait through. He wasn't asking. He didn't say anything.
Right.
But that's something good, right? You can do something good like that to people. And so when you have, the point is, when you have in your radar, not only just be happy with yourself, be happy with what God has given you, as well as do good to people around you. That's a good formula for a good life here on earth.
Can I raise my hand? I'm trying to raise my hand.
Okay, Susie, one more, and then Manny's up.
Okay. Better raise mine too.
I wanted to say that I forgot. Go ahead. I lost my train of thought.
Okay,
Go
maybe
ahead.
he'll come
Okay.
back to you.
I'm sorry.
Manny and then Diane. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, Susie. Old folks are grumpy,
Yes,
and
Aw,
I'm one of them.
yes, we are. You have a right to be.
Isn't that something though? The older we get, the more grumpier we can
I
get.
don't want to be that person.
No,
You don't
that's
want
why
it?
God's will for us is to be joyful always,
Yes,
Yeah.
always.
rejoice always, pray continually, and give thanks in all circumstances, good,
Yeah.
bad, or ugly circumstances.
Amen.
Give thanks. For this is
Except
God's
when
will for
people are
you,
trying to tell you what to
Christ
do when you
Jesus.
get old.
I
Right?
know. That,
Yeah.
Right, Brother
makes it
You
Dan?
know,
less
the thing
easy.
is, the older I get, the more bad memories I can carry.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's why I can be bitter if I keep focusing on those bad
Yeah.
memories, what
Nope.
Yeah.
terrible things people did to me.
Right.
And maybe that's the reason why I can get bitter in my old age. But Diane, what is your thought?
Well, since Susie mentioned grocery store, it reminded me of a time my mom and I were in line at the grocery store, and we had a good number of things, not massive, but a good number. And the gentleman in front of us, maybe about the same, but as he was leaving, he paid our groceries for us.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I've
It
heard of
was
that.
it was a good amount too.
People
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Simple
And
Yeah,
story.
and he
if
just
you
kept
have that
walking.
capacity,
Yes.
that is definitely doing good.
And then
Yeah.
I did it for someone else, maybe not so big, but later down,
Pay it
you know,
forward.
months later,
Pay it forward.
Yeah,
I paid
they
it
have
forward,
that term
you know?
of calling it pay it forward.
Yeah, because it was just, I didn't even know how to accept it, really. It was so big, you know, such a kind gesture from a
It is.
stranger.
And it was a good thing.
It was
You
a
know,
very good thing.
like a
Yeah.
godsend.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll always be grateful for it. I'll always receive it, and I'll always be grateful for it.
I have
I
also an
learned that too.
experience, Pastor.
Okay, go ahead, Ophelia, and then I got Daniel. He has his hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I lost my house and then it's already for auction, and then the mortgage company offered me
Oh, yeah.
39,500 to pay, and my house is mine already. But then my money was not enough. And then one of my coworker from the hospital, she was also a Filipina and a nurse. Ate, I have 10,000 because that's the money that I needed. It's intended for my daughter because he's in high school. That is for when she went for college. You know, I will lend it to you.
Wow.
You can pay me whenever you have the money.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
In that sense, that can
it's a
be fine.
blessing. Also, there are some
It
people
is.
that they recognize your hardship and everything,
Mhm.
and they just
Yeah,
offered. I did
they
not
want to
even
help.
ask her
Mm.
because I don't have the courage to ask people in borrow money. When it's
Blessings. Yeah.
big amount.
Right. Borrowing money can be very
That's a
complicated,
blessing.
Oh yes, yes, and you don't
especially if
know
you don't
whether
pay.
they will say yes or no.
Well,
But
there you
this
go.
one, she offered it to me,
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
yeah.
Oh
So
my
that's
God.
good. Those are good things that you want to keep in your radar
Oh
because
yes.
anytime you have an opportunity to do good,
Mm-hmm.
act on it, and you'll have a happy and good life.
Yes.
Daniel and then Susie. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, Pastor Bert, mine is a different experience. I wanted the person who wanted to go first. I told him go ahead, but the person at the
This is in
back,
a grocery line.
yeah, the person at the back was so mad. Why do you do that? We're waiting here. So what I did, because when I looked back, it was like two people in my back, and someone came in three. I took the consequence. I have to go there because he's the last. You have to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Did that because I'm not in a hurry, and
Right.
I'm doing it for God, Pastor.
Right.
He got mad at me. Unbelievable.
Why would he get mad? I don't understand that.
Yeah, because it's online.
Yeah,
Everybody
because
is in a
that means
big
he has
They're
to
hurry.
wait.
waiting. They're waiting, Pastor Bert.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Big hurry to go nowhere.
Yeah, you have to take that. What you said a while ago.
So true.
Yeah. So you just you have to take that thing so that uh, you'll just humble yourself to them
Yeah.
and not like get angry, Pastor Bert. So that's a different experience.
Okay.
It's good if the person will not get mad at you because they're online too. You have to be mindful of them too.
Well, what I don't understand is you were first in line,
Uh-huh.
and then somebody behind you that's second in line, and you let
No,
that person get.
he's in a hurry, Pastor Bert. He
What's
wanted to
that?
go. He's in a hurry.
So
Did you
you
let
let the
someone
person
in,
who's number two
Daniel?
He's
get in
got
line in
only
front of
one
you, right?
item. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he let somebody in, Pastor Bert, with one
Uh-huh.
item.
Oh, he skipped the line.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
There you
you
go.
let him in, which was a nice thing.
Because he has
sometimes when
only one piece.
yeah, when you're skipping line, that's another story, right?
Yeah,
Because nobody likes being cut in front.
Right.
there you go.
I thought it was you were number
Yeah,
two. You
that
let
wouldn't
one
make
of you.
sense.
I
No,
wanted
this one
him.
is you let somebody outside
I
get in
wanted him
front
to
of you.
go first.
Huh?
But I wanted him to go first
Mm-hmm.
because he, like Sister Susie, Sister
Mm-hmm.
Susie got a lot and he only got one.
Okay.
The
All right.
people that
Manny,
buy
your turn.
back, they don't want it.
I don't care what you guys say. I'm still a grumpy old man in line there.
That's okay.
And we love you, Manny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Thank you.
Guys, do we
Manny.
love grumpy people?
The honesty.
Yes.
Do
No.
we love it when they're grumpy?
Definitely.
No, but we grow to love them anyway.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
No.
I don't like it,
Yeah.
but I still love you anyway, right?
But
That's real love. I mean, I don't have to say I love what you're doing, but I can
right.
say I can say I don't like what you're doing, but I still love you.
Yeah.
He loved us
Right.
first.
It's like love the sinner, but you don't love the sin. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
So Pastor Bert,
Yeah.
so class, I read
Mm.
from a study Bible, and
Hi, Deborah.
this is a paraphrase Bible,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
on the sidebar, his name is Reverend Chuck Swindoll, and he has a sidebar, and he says in his sidebar,
This is regarding verse.
it's regarding Psalms 139.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it talks about how God allows gives makes opportunities for us to spread the word, to be able to share the gospel.
Mm.
He have appointed times, like that nothing is an accident, nothing is a coincidence. God's got it all set up.
Okay.
Yeah. And from that, we sometimes we miss our opportunities. They come, and Pastor Bert, remember, I had a boy come and talk to me, and I didn't think I said the right thing, but Pastor Bert says, you said the right thing. Somebody else will pick it up, and the Holy Spirit will, you plant the seed, somebody water it, the Holy Spirit makes it grow. So I just wanted to say that sometimes, God allows these things to happen to us, these incidents and situations, so we can share the gospel, so they can see the light in us.
Sure.
I believe that.
Sure. And that's what's good about keeping this in your radar.
Mm-hmm.
Doing good to people, you have a motive for doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Show them
You
God's
never know what
love, to
God
show
is
them the
putting
love
in
of
your way.
Jesus, and to possibly share the gospel. Sure.
Mm-hmm. And you never know, when God has put somebody in your path. So you always want to, maybe I should share. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes people don't want to hear the word. But
And
that's okay.
why?
You got to take the bitter with the sweet. God makes it rain on the good and the bad.
Okay, that's mature of you. And you
Uh-huh.
know, just because they're bitter one day, it doesn't mean they're going to be bitter
Always.
tomorrow, right?
Right.
Just
Right.
remember the Apostle Paul. He wanted to kill Christians,
Right.
and then God blinded him by the light.
Right.
And
Change
then
the
when
heart.
he was blinded by the light, he became a lover of Jesus and of believers in Jesus. So
Amen.
God can always do that to the most worst enemy of
Yeah.
Christianity.
Yes.
So if they don't like to hear it, don't be offended. Just say it's all right. I'm just
Right.
planting seeds.
Right.
God's gonna make it grow in
That's
due time.
right.
All right.
All
So
right.
ready for the next verse in what's better?
Yes.
Looking at Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 22. And it looks like it's another repetition. So go ahead and read that.
Okay, Pastor. So I saw that there is nothing better for a person than to enjoy their work, because that is their lot. For who can bring them to see what will happen after them?
So, with all the things that we deal with in life, it's so tempting to complain about work, but to be able to enjoy the work that God has given you, that's all it is. It doesn't matter what kind of work, but enjoy the fact that you have work. That's better in life, that you're able to give thanks and enjoy the work that you have. You're able to make your work an enjoyable thing.
Yes.
That's always positive for your life. So it's better to do that than to complain about work. Let's go to 4:3, Ecclesiastes 4:3. And I'm using the NIV, so if you don't have the word better, please understand I'm working off at the NIV. So 4:3, go ahead.
Okay. But better than both is the one who has never been born, who has not seen the evil that is done under the sun.
Isn't that interesting? Verse 2 says, and I declared that the dead who had already died are happier than the living who are still alive.
Mm.
Why is he taking this approach? So you got to read more, not just the verse. So in reading more, let's look at verse 1.
Verse 1.
4:1. Again, I looked and saw all the oppression that was taking place under the sun. This idea of living in this earth under the sun and living with oppression.
Oops. Uh-oh.
Hey, what happened? Spurs?
Okay,
Glitch of some sort.
I got disconnected from my
Oh,
device for some reason,
that what it
but I'm
was?
back.
Okay.
Pastor Bert,
Yeah.
did you open this, or I think I used yours so I can get in because I can't go back.
Right now I can hear you.
Yeah, but that I'm using your account.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I can't go back. Keeps
Yeah,
on
that's
kicking.
fine. I mean,
Kicking you
everything is
out.
smooth. Yeah, I see two of me.
There you are.
Okay, so we're still on the same track with this idea that when you're living under the sun, there's oppression. And may I add to that, there's a lot of stress and worry and anxiety under the sun. I saw the tears of the oppressed, and they have no comforter. Power was on the side of their oppressors, and they have no comforter. And I declared that the dead who had already died are happier than the living who are still alive. But better than both is he who has not yet been, who has not seen the evil that is done under the sun. So what is he saying there? You got people who are the oppressors. You got people who are oppressed. And then he says, the dead who had already died, they're happier, as if to say they're better off dead because of the trouble and oppression living under the sun. And then he says, better than both, better than both, those who are oppressors or the oppressed, is he that has not yet been born. So he's saying it's better off to not ever been born than to face the evil that's in this world under the sun.
Wow.
That's pretty
yes.
pessimistic and very depressing in his view of life. And that's from this angle. The angle where...
Well, it's the bitter truth also, Pastor.
Yeah, it's an observation that when you're living
another
in this
way
world,
of looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're living in this world, there are those who are oppressors and there are those who are being oppressed. And there are times when you're so oppressed, you feel like you want to die. And when there are moments like that or feelings like that, even being dead is better off.
Yeah.
I declare that the dead who had already died are happier than the living.
Yeah.
Who are still alive, which is in context dealing with this kind of oppression and stress and all those things in life. And he takes it to the extreme where it says it's better off that you were never born. So people have those feelings. And I think that's all we can do is acknowledge these feelings from this point of view. It's not to teach us that we should promote this kind of philosophy. But there are times when everybody has feelings like, I wish I was never born or I wish I was dead. It's just a reality that people have these kind of feelings. If you don't have these kinds of feelings, then you're blessed. You're knowing to be joyful always, give thanks in all circumstances.
Or you're numb.
But if you have feelings like this, it's part of life.
Yeah.
But we don't stay there. We don't live this way. We acknowledge that from the angle of how stressful, oppressive this life can be, people have these kind of feelings, just the way it is. Okay, let's move on. Ecclesiastes 4:6.
Yeah.
Better one handful with tranquility than two handfuls with toil and chasing after the wind.
Wow. What, you guys get that one? So this idea of better one handful with tranquility.
That's a good one.
I think you can think along the lines of greed. Because when you have something and your attitude is, it's not enough.
Yeah.
And he's saying here, for those who just joined us, we're in Ecclesiastes chapter 4. What verse was it?
6.
4:6.
Yeah.
So it's that principle, better to have little and have peace, better to have a little, better to have one thing that you can hold on to and be at peace about it, have tranquility.
Yeah.
And I think we can make the mistake of saying, I only have one, I want more. And that's when the greed comes into play, when you want more and one is not enough. You want two handfuls. Maybe maybe one handful of, I don't know, what's one handful of gold. Okay. It's only one handful though.
Yeah.
When you can have two handfuls. If you only work a little harder, you can get two handfuls of gold. And it's telling us have peace, tranquility with just one handful. That's good. If two comes your way, that's good too. But if you feel like you need to work extra and work harder and try to get two handfuls of gold with more toil, what's he saying? It's chasing after the wind.
Chasing the wind. Yes, that's such a
And you'll
powerful
never catch.
statement.
That's another hasting the
Chasing
wind.
after the wind, you'll never catch the wind.
You'll never. It's elusive, pervasive. It's
Yeah, you know, they got a other saying, pissing in the wind.
In the wind.
I don't know what
And
that
it comes
means,
back at you.
but I heard somebody say that.
Yeah, you don't want to get
bitter
that.
reality.
You don't want that to happen to you.
I don't know what it means, but that reminded me of that.
All righty.
I guess you missed it, Susie, but we're not going there right
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go there.
now. No.
Okay.
Okay, we got the point. That's
It's
the whole reason. Choose tranquility.
Yeah.
With a little
Tranquility.
Was there anything else you wanted to add, Sherry?
it's like emphasizing the power, but power, wealth, and status is meaningless without God and without a relationship with Jesus.
Always. Yeah.
Always.
For believers, there's no option. There's no choice. It's
Yeah.
you know.
And when there is a disconnect, it's a tough thing because
Okay.
I know where I come from. I know I'm saved, but when there is that disconnect, I'll search so hard.
It's an empty life.
Yeah.
I've heard of enough testimonies of people coming to faith in Jesus. I had everything. I got everything I wanted, but I was still empty.
Yeah.
And questioning what is life all about? Is that all there is to life? And you realize, no, God has your hand. God has his hand on you. And you need to recognize that.
Can I get an amen?
Before you die.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes. Family.
People think about getting old, going to the gym, getting old.
And grumpy.
Yeah.
Java.
And yet, I tried to plant some seeds and I say, well, we're all going to get old. We're all going to die.
Yeah.
But the question is, where are you going when you die? So we need to think about that.
Yeah.
Plant those seeds.
Yeah.
Next, here's another one. Ready?
Yes, Pastor.
This verse is read in weddings, by the way. 4:9, Ecclesiastes 4:9.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor.
Got that?
Yeah.
For those who are wanting to justify marriage, two are better than one. So get married.
That's right. Yes.
Right? Because two are better than one.
Not that easy.
Yeah, I know.
Because they have a good return for their work. So that's just a principle of acknowledging that it is good to have a friend.
Right.
To partner with.
Are better than one as long as you're working together.
Equally.
We are, in a sense, two are better than one because you are never to think of yourself as being isolated or alone when you're in this group.
Agree.
When you're in this group, you guys can call each other, talk to each other.
That's right.
Pray together.
Yeah.
Right.
You're better than it's better than being by yourself.
Yes.
And yes, Pastor. With my experience, I'm happy being alone.
Well, but you also have us, so you're not quite alone.
If Jesus wanted us to be by ourselves, he wouldn't have had disciples.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're never alone.
And number 10 follows that, Pastor Bert.
Go ahead and read it.
For if they fall, the one who will lift up his fellows. The one will lift up his fellows. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
think about
Nice.
that. Pity the man.
Yes,
Wow.
Pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up.
that's
What
good.
was that, Diane?
So this
10,
idea of
4:10.
two better than one.
Thanks.
Think
Sure.
about friendship. Be friends with each other.
Yeah.
If you don't have any friends, well, I don't have any friends. If you don't have any friends, well, why don't you be a friend to someone?
That's a good
Yeah.
one too.
You be the friend to
Exactly.
someone. Don't complain that you don't have any friends.
Be
Take
that.
some
That's what.
action.
Mhm.
Initiate being a friend to people. Well, it's easy to do that when you do that in the spirit of the love of God, because you can handle rejection when they don't
Amen.
respond to
So
you.
true.
It's okay,
Yes.
because I do it because I
Amen.
love God.
Right. Amen.
So don't get carried away when somebody is not responding
Right.
with the same love that you're sharing, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody has their weaknesses, and it's okay. If you don't love me today, you might love me tomorrow, right? Because
That's a
we're
good one.
always thinking about the big picture.
Yeah.
That's right. That's good.
People can change. You ever heard of that phrase? The only thing permanent is change. You ever heard of that?
Yes, I
Oh,
have.
yeah. That's a good
I
one.
like to remember
Sometimes
that
we
one.
need
That's
to be
beautiful.
reminded of that. The
And
only thing
death.
permanent is
And
change.
death.
So
Yes.
I'm willing to change with God's help. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go to Ecclesiastes 5:5.
13. There's one more.
Oh,
Verse
that's
13.
right. 13. Go ahead.
Yeah. Better a
Or
poor but
13. Go ahead.
better a poor but wise youth than an old but foolish king who no longer knows how to heed a warning.
Ooh.
So, context will help us. We're talking about okay, so two are better than one. You know what's better than two?
3.
3.
3. Okay. Because that's what it says there.
Oh,
Better
really?
a poor,
Good one,
better a
Diane.
poor but
Yes.
wise youth than an old but foolish king who no longer knows how to take warning. Interesting, the contrast of old foolish king and a wise youth. There's a contrast. And we know that when you're an old king, you can still be foolish.
We said that
Grumpy.
yesterday, remember?
Grumpy.
We can always be foolish in another way.
Yeah. So you
Mhm.
can
It
be
doesn't
old and
end.
you can be a powerful king, but you can still make foolish decisions.
Yeah.
And here it says it's better to be wise and young.
Well, that sounds perfect to me,
Yeah, it does.
doesn't it?
So
Mhm.
between young and old, I might be young and I don't have a lot of money or power, but I am exercising wisdom. You know, the simplest definition of wisdom for the sake of practicality is doing the right things in the eyes of God. That's wisdom.
When no one's looking. Yep.
Well, that's character when no one's looking.
Yes.
But doing the right thing in the eyes of God, not in the eyes of man. That's why we need to search what does God think. I need to know what God thinks about this. So when you're young, at least you have that mindset of always thinking about what is right in the eyes of God. You're better off, even though you don't have a lot of power, you don't have a lot of money, compared to a king who has a lot of power, and yet he's foolish. What foolish thing can he do? Well, when you're that old and that powerful, you forget about God. And you start thinking you got yourself into this place of power and you're never going to let it go. And you'll do everything you can to keep that power. David made that mistake in his later years when he decided to take a census of all the military men in his kingdom, thinking that it was because of his military men That's how come he defeated all his enemies. And the foolish thing there was
He
you
was
defeated
found
all your
out.
enemies because of God, not because of all the military man that you had. You forgot. You became a fool. So it can happen. And on that note, thank you for the reminder that we're already past overtime. And Sister Princess, I don't know if you're able to be in the position to play the music, but it's okay. I can play it this time.
I can try it, Pastor Bert.
I don't have you as a co-host though.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean because of the
Yeah.
glitch, but that's okay.
Okay.
Can we have somebody